Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty, your Kingdom Concierge. Happy Monday, everybody. Listen, I have had an amazing day. I mean, no complaints at all today. I was telling a friend of mine, I was kind of like during the day, just had like a little anxiousness, but it wasn't a bad anxiousness. You know how you just have this feeling like something amazing is about to happen? That's how I've been feeling today. I just had this, but then I'm like, oh, I got so much to do. And it was busy. My day was slammed today, had a lot of meetings, had a lot of appointments to do. And there's a lot of things to get done. But at the end of the day, I feel empowered. I feel like I've accomplished a lot today. And I believe that what God has promised, He is going to do it, y'all. And I just really had this great big expectation, a day of expectation. So when I say happy Monday, I mean it. I mean it. Happy Monday. And I'm just going to tell you, if your day wasn't the best, give God some praise anyway, because you get victory out of your praise. Let me tell you, I know what I'm talking about. So excellent, excellent, excellent. Great, great day today. And I pray that you had a great day as well. Also, I want to thank my guests from last week, Rico Macadori and Juanita Sims with the Rise and Reign Leadership Summit. Now, you guys, you've been asking me kind of how did it go, who I was there, blah, blah. Well, due to unforeseen circumstances, they were unable to have the retreat, but I've been assured that they have rescheduled and it will be the beginning of January. Now, I don't have an exact date because some of you have been asking about it, but as soon as I get it, I'll bring them back on the show and we'll talk a little bit more about the new date for the Rise and Reign Leadership Conference. And again, a big kudos to Rico Macadori, who's the visionary of Rise and Reign. Just an amazing summit, guys, and I can't wait until it's manifested. It's going to really be a life-changing event for all of us who are able to attend. And then remember, it's also hybrid, which means that you can attend in person or you can do it virtually. So I had some people in different states to ask about that. And I told them and assured them that they could do it virtually as well. So kudos to them. Great job on last week. Now, this week, we're going to be talking about another amazing, this is getting on my nerves, this hair. Okay. We're going to get started on another amazing retreat. This time, guys, it's a women's retreat. And I'm excited about this. I'm down for everything women. I'm down for retreats. I'm down for spa days. I'm down for girls' nights out. I'm down for girls out weekends. I love anything, everything girl. I'm a girly girl. I love being a woman. And I love how God made us. He was very strategic in how he made us. He took his time with us. And we're just built with just some special stuff. Back in the day, they used to say, they say God, what's it? Boys were made of snails and puppy dog tails, and girls were made of sugar and spice and everything nice. That is so true. That is so true. Y'all don't come for me, guys. I'm just joking. But yeah, and so when I think about everything girls, I think about that. And so Sandra Richardson is in the room tonight, and she's going to be talking about her amazing retreat that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. And then we're going to be blessed to have one of her speakers to come in and chat a little bit about what she's going to be talking about on that retreat as well. So Sandra, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I've been excited about the show tonight.
Very good. Me too.
Yes. And I'm sure a lot of people know you from your Sundays with San. And let me see. Here we go. Oh, look who we have in the room tonight.
Oh, hey, Juliet.
That's my girl. She's been in the ladies' room several times. So she is saying hello to you and seeing how you're doing tonight. So I'm just excited about you being in the ladies' room. Certainly, we hope that this will not be your last time, because I know you got a lot of things coming down the pipeline. You are an author. You have two amazing books that's out there that I know of that you have going on, and some amazing accomplishments and awards. And if some of you are able to see the flyer, I had several pictures of you, but I'm kind of funny like that. So I put the one with your trophy with the little pepper on top of it. I thought so that's the one I used. I thought that was so cute. So we have so much to talk about. But before we do, I have one of your guests in the virtual waiting room. I saw her pop in a few minutes ago. So I want to bring her in and talk to her. And I know she's on a tight schedule. Hi, Jolanda. How's it going, girl? Glad you're in the ladies' room here tonight. So we're going to bring the speaker in, and she is a very dear friend of mine of years ago. Back when she lived in Birmingham, and Minister Edith knew me, I think, before I even had children and just got married. So we go way, way back, and I'm so glad to have her inside the ladies' room here tonight. And she is one of your speakers, Miss Sandra. So we're going to bring her in because I think she's only limited with us tonight. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Minister Edith, how are you?
Hello, I am well. How are you?
I'm great now that you ladies are in the ladies' room.
Oh, good. It's good to be in the ladies' room tonight.
I knew you get right in. See, I got the girly girls here tonight. I love it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to get started. Sandra, if you can talk a little briefly about the women's retreat and what we can expect, what it's all about. And then we will go to Edith so she can share with us maybe a few tips of what we can expect to receive from her on that.
Okay. So the name of the retreat is Reclaim Your Time Women's Retreat. And it's a retreat to embrace rest and be empowered to say no. Because so many of us women, we're really busy. We're doing stuff all the time. And we feel guilty when we say no. If somebody asks us to do something, we feel compelled, that we just have to do it whether we want to or not. So then we put ourselves in a bind, which means we don't have time to take care of ourselves and put ourselves first. We need to make ourselves a priority and not others. So those some of the things that we'll be talking about. Being able to put yourself first. Make yourself a priority. Don't feel bad about saying no, because it is a complete sentence. We need to be able to say no. So we're going to just talk about that, talk about the different types of rest. There's more than just physical rest. So we'll talk about all those types of things on the retreat.
See, you're talking my language now, Miss Sandra. You're talking my language. Now my kids I'm kind of empty nesting right now. I still have one in college. Everybody else out doing their thing, living their life. And, once you get into that routine of just kind of doing stuff for everybody, once they leave the house, it's like you're still kind of stuck, still kind of in that. I'm like, I'm free, but to do what? Trying to figure it out. So I'm so glad that you're having this retreat. Not just for, I guess, people like me who are empty nesters and on this other side of life, as it relates to kind of figuring out, well, what do I do next? But I think this retreat is going to help a lot of our newlyweds who are just getting married, some of those who are engaged, who are considering being married, because I hate for them to get to the age that I am now. I'm like, oh man, I wish I could have done that different. Oh gosh, why did I do that? So I think it's going to help a lot of age groups, Sandra. I think really it's going to help those in my age group, those in those 30s, those who are thinking about getting married, because I believe if you are prepared or you're ready, you don't have to get ready, and you don't waste a lot of time. So I'm excited about this. I believe it's God inspired, Sandra. This is going to be great. Now, is it in Birmingham?
No, it will be in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So we're going to be on the beach. It's at Allen Resort, and it's directly on the beach. So you can walk out and be right there at the beach, because we plan to get some rest.
Okay.
So we're going to be resting on the beach.
Yes, yes. I like that. I like the way it sounds. Well, we got our speaker, one of your speakers here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your speaker that we have, Miss Edith, Minister Edith Roper, and what she's going to be doing in the conference.
Yes, so Minister Edith is an author as well. She's a new author, and I attended her conference where she debuted her book, and she talks about resting in grace, which is just so awesome, such an awesome topic. And I thought that would tie in so well with what I'm talking about, because we need God's grace in everything that we're doing in life. So I just asked God, who can I get to come and be a speaker? I said, I know the ladies want to hear somebody else besides me. So I just asked God, well, who should I ask? And Minister Edith Roper was my answer.
Okay.
And when I spoke with her, she so graciously accepted. So I'm excited about having her.
Awesome. Well, Minister Edith, please tell us about your book, Resting in Grace. Tell us about your topic, what we can expect from you at the Women's Conference.
Well, just as Sandra said, it is a retreat, and I am so glad that it is on the beach, because that within itself frees us up.
Right.
And yes, she's right. I did publish a book this year. It's entitled Rest in Grace, but it's teaching us how to rely on Jesus for everything, whether it be spiritual, emotional, or physical rest. We are to yoke up with him and just relax in him. He has given us the power and the ability to do everything he has purposed and planned for us to do. And once we build that relationship with him, once we connect with him, we can rest. We don't have the burdens and the stress of other people. We can say no kindly and it not bother us. I mean, I have learned to do that. I have learned to graciously say no. And it may not be a reason. You don't have to always give a reason when you say no. No, it's just no. And you continue to do what you've always done. The book itself, it talks about that person that's tired, that person that is just weary and that's stressed out, and that person will find rest, because I was that person. And you find rest in that relationship with Christ. And you always hear that, people saying that they have a relationship with Christ, they understand that God loves them, but do you really understand that? Do you have that person? I have come to know him as Daddy. He is my daddy. And when you have that father-daughter relationship, that's a different type of relationship. That's not that he's God, because when you view him as God, that's different. But when you view him as daddy, he is in everything you do. Everything you talk about involves him. When you're taking the kids to school, that involves him. If you are, like we are, some of us are caring for elderly parents or what have you. When you're doing that, he is there too. He's there to give you wisdom on everything that you do. And he loves you. And I know we say, well, Jesus loved the whole world, but he loves you. You are his beloved. You are his baby girl. I refer to myself always as his baby girl. I am his daughter. And when I go to him, I'm like, Daddy, I need you. We have one-on-one conversations like that. But I'm going to stop right here because I can go on and on. Him being your safety net, him being your security blanket. I mean, it goes on and on. It's actually it's a 30-day devotional that inspires you to build that relationship of trust and believing in Christ himself as a person. I mean, we sit down and we talk, we have conversation. He guides me, he gives me wisdom, and it helps with everything we encounter in life.
I like what you said about just kind of giving you an opportunity. We go through so many things emotionally. And I think if you live long enough, you're going to go through something, if you live long enough. And I have to say, I've had my share of a lot of things, but to be able to have God to help you navigate through it, But still there's some women, probably more women than not, they're still stuck. And to understand that, hey, I can go to my daddy God, I like that. I was a daddy's girl, Sandra. I was a daddy's girl. I
Yes.
mean, a bad daddy's girl. And so, when you put it like that, Minister Edith, I was like, Daddy God, yeah, that's me, right? Good and spoiled. And so, yeah, so I'm like, I really do like that. It's a good perspective, and we all have that little girl in us. We all do. And she never really leaves. Sometimes when we're adulting and trying to be adults, we take her and we put her back in a corner. And I really believe that she's disheartened when she does that, because the little girl in us is always there, always there. And so she always needs to be free to come out. She always needs to be free to play, have a nice time, get into a little good trouble, as they say. Just be what girls do. And so I'm so excited about, Minister Edith, what you're talking about. I'm excited about the book, your classes you're going to be teaching, and how it's going to pair in with what Sandra is going to be talking about. And just, I really believe that if women of all cultures, all ages need to be a part of this retreat, because with COVID and all this other stuff going on, it put a lot of people in a different headspace. And and there's a post whatever with some people who've had COVID, but it's not just physical. I mean, it's a mental and emotional state that some people are having issues with post COVID. So I believe, Sandra, that this retreat is coming right on time and spot on. And I believe that, women need to be a part of this. And I forgot to ask you, really, when is it going to be? We know where it's going to be. I'm not going to forget that. Oh, when is it? When is it going to be?
It's September 22nd through the 24th. So it's a Friday through Sunday.
Friday through. Oh, okay, that's good. That's nice. It's a nice couple of days. And so how can people reach out to you? And hello, First Lady Gwen Edwards. She's in the ladies' room supporting y'all tonight. First Lady of Empowerment Word Church, my pastors. Let's see here. Yes. So tell us a little bit more about how we can register and get involved.
Okay. So I don't know if you have the flyer, but I do have a flyer that has a link on it. I have a link also on my Facebook page, and I will go after this show tonight and put a new link out there so it'll be easy to find.
Okay. Yeah. And then, Allison Sanders, who's the executive producer of the show, she may go out and pull it and put it inside of this feed so everyone can have access.
Okay, that'll be good, because Allison does have the flyer with the link on it.
Okay, yeah, she'll probably put that in the comments for us. So, Minister Edith, I know you got to go, but any words of encouragement that you would leave for the ladies' room guest here tonight, and what they need to do about getting to that retreat?
Oh, just sign up and come out. And I believe God that He has a special treat for everyone that signs up and turn out. I believe that their lives will be changed. It won't be the same. Once you learn how to connect and you view God as Daddy, your life is never the same. You can actually rest in every area of life. You can rest.
Yes.
Wow. Well, okay. Well, one last thing. How can people get your books? Will you have your books at the retreat?
Yes, I will have some at the retreat, and they can get them on Amazon.com as well.
Okay, wonderful, 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 guys. So when y'all come to this retreat, get ready, get your pocketbooks, bring them out, get your Cash App, your Venmos, your PayPals, your Apple Pay, however you want to do it, so we can grab these books and add it to our repertoire of reading. So, Minister Edith, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you, I guess, in September, right?
Yes. All
okay.
right.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So I am excited, Sandra. I know you are.
I am. I really am. And several people who reached out, I said, I'm just excited to see what God is going to do for his girls.
I
over
know,
that
right?
weekend. And I'm just really excited about what I have planned. We're starting Friday night off with an all white sunset dinner cruise. So
Ooh.
that's gonna be awesome.
Ooh, it
So yes,
is.
we'll
Well,
we'll
tell us some more stuff. I mean, you got the dinner cruise. You have
yeah.
Minister Edith is going to be speaking.
So we
So we
have the
got like
dinner
what,
cruise
4 days,
on
3 days.
Friday, and then
Yes.
Saturday morning we'll have praise and worship on the
Okay.
beach. So I've been working with the person who handles the retreats, and so we've got that set up how we're gonna have us out on the beach that morning. After praise and worship, we're gonna have mini photo shoot for all the ladies.
Look at
So
you. This thing has been
yes.
well thought out. This is
And
nice.
just a shout out to the photographer is Tevin Richardson, my
Okay.
son.
All right,
So
son, come
he
through.
has a company, Rich Productions. So he's going to be my on-site photographer for that weekend. So
Nice.
we'll have the mini photo shoot. Then we'll go in for breakfast after that, and once we have breakfast, we'll have the sessions. We'll start with the sessions, and I wanted to start off talking about what rest is, and the importance of rest, and talking about the different types of rest, because when you say rest, people often think of just sleeping,
Right.
which is a type of rest. It's a physical rest, but you can sleep and still wake up tired. So it may be that, and Minister Edith mentioned something about the spiritual and the mental, but you have the physical, mental, emotional,
Yeah.
spiritual, social, sensory, and creative. All
Mm.
those different areas where you need rest. So if
Right.
you sit in an office and look at a computer all day long, you may need to get outside and
Mhm.
just get some sunshine.
Mhm.
If you mentioned COVID, where so many people were stuck inside of their homes, and a lot of people started dealing with depression. And you know why? Because that social rest, they
Mhm.
were not being able to interact with people. So
Mhm.
that's a form of rest right there,
Yeah.
social rest.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
and once they could get out and be among people, that kind of re-energized what they had lost in that
Right.
particular
Right.
area. So you've just got all these different types of rest, and we're gonna delve into each type. And we
Mhm.
also will have the ladies take a rest quiz to see where they are, to see which area they need to focus on.
Look, I need to
So
focus on every area you probably just named. I was just thinking, I told my husband the other night, I said, you wake up, sometimes if you're real sleepy, kind of like your eye like twitch a little bit if you're lacking rest. And so that's been happening for the last couple of days. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I am so tired, but I'm not sleepy. So I'm not
mhm.
like yawning throughout the day and all of that. But I can tell that when I wake up, I felt like I just really didn't rest per se.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
you said, sometimes you can just go through the motions. Your body is used to closing its eyes at a certain time. You close your eyes and you wake up back up again and you keep going. And so I just think that probably that's the story of most,
Yeah.
especially the women that you're speaking out. So I'm so glad that you are providing an outlet for women to go and just be free. So Sandra, I'm going to kind of ask you a couple of questions. Sometimes women, I know with me, I'm a very private person. Although I'm before the public, I'm out before people and all of that,
Mhm.
but I'm still extremely private. And so sometimes when you're in spaces, you can't really share openly or feel comfortable sharing openly. What type of space would that be for someone that would be like me? Is that
Well,
something that would be comfortable for someone like me to come and share and be open?
it will be. That's a part of what we're going to do, is take a pledge that it is a safe zone. And whatever is shared in that room will stay in the room. So
Mhm.
that's a part of what I have on my agenda of things for us to do at the very beginning. we're going to discuss that, and we're going to all take that pledge to make sure that they feel comfortable sharing, that
Nice.
it is a safe zone and nobody's going to go out and tell their business.
Yeah, I say I like that. And then no judgment.
Mm-hmm.
None of us are in a position, Sandra, to judge anyone because of whatever they've been through. Or, you may
Absolutely.
look at somebody and say, I would have never thought her journey was like that. I would have never, blah, blah, blah. And I remember years ago, this young lady I was working with just really just did not like me. And she was just always talking about me and all this stuff. And of course, information would come back to me. And I just had to, as we used to say, I had to crack her about that
Mm-hmm.
one day. I'm like, well, what is the deal? If you're not going to be, if you don't have anything pleasant to say, don't be spreading stuff around about me. Just, as we say in the hood, keeping my name out your mouth. That's, that's why I had to come at her. But she came to me later on and apologized. And she said that she just felt like I had everything. Everything is perfect with you, perfect family, perfect kids, perfect marriage, perfect this, perfect that. And it's just like you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. And so I just kind of looked at her and I said, you should never judge people based on what you perceive them to be or what you perceive them to have or not have.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know anything about me. You don't know my story, and you don't know what has brought me to this point to smile every day. And if whatever it is that you're seeing, it's God, it's not me. So you can't get mad at me. Get mad at the one who created me, but don't get mad at me. And so a lot of times we have to, keep ourselves out of that space of judgment. Either
Mm-hmm.
way, give people an opportunity to express who they are, and be able to share openly about things that they've experienced in life. And I think when you have that freedom, like they'll have at the retreat, that's a form of rest too. You allow yourself, you allow your heart to rest from whatever it was that was keeping you bound,
Right.
and
Right.
keeping you in
Mm-hmm.
bondage mentally, emotionally. Sometimes we hold ourselves in spaces that we really don't have to be in. So I have to say, Sandra, I'm excited about the retreat. I'm excited about what the ladies can expect to receive in that. I want to see if Allison can go in and pull that link. She did put some information about the retreat, but we'll see if she can pull that link out. If not, once I get off air, I'll drop that link in the feed so
Okay.
you can get to it
Okay.
as well. But what's the price? What's the registration for the
So
retreat?
it's $698 for everything. It's all inclusive.
Wait
So
a minute.
once you pay the price, you have your lodging right on the beach. You have
I
the sunset dinner cruise. You have a swag bag with some awesome things in it. You have a specially designed T-shirt that everyone will have. You have 4 meals because you'll have the dinner cruise. You'll have breakfast on Saturday. You will have dinner on Saturday. You'll have breakfast on Sunday. You'll have door prizes. It covers the cost of the conference, so everything is covered. Once you pay that price, you're done.
That's
Just
crazy. I
come
have
and
I have never
hang
heard
out.
such. I have never heard such. If you're gonna go even overnight for 2 days for an all-inclusive retreat, and you don't get half the stuff of what you're getting at this women's retreat, it's gonna be in 1,000 at
Mm-hmm.
least.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how you're able to do it. I'm not even going to ask you how you're able to do it, but I will tell people that they need to definitely check out this retreat. They need to come in and learn more about it because of everything that they're going to be getting. And me personally, I would say bring someone with you.
Mm-hmm.
You come
Yes.
and bring a friend with you too. So both of y'all
Yes.
come and just kind
Yeah,
of
both of y'all come.
kick it, have a good time, meet some new people, meet some new friends, and just be out there and just live your best life during that
And
week.
of
Time.
course, it's Destin, Fort
Okay.
Walton area. So I am giving them plenty of time to shop.
Uh-oh.
So
Okay.
on Saturday, we'll actually finish up at 1.
Okay.
So they'll have that afternoon to go out and do whatever. They can go to Silver Sands or to Destin Commons
Okay.
or any of those other places. And then we'll meet back around 5:30 for dinner. And after dinner, you know, they'll have that night to kind of do whatever else. And they have like a band at the resort and different activities going on. So they'll have some things to do that night as well.
That's so nice. Sandra, you put so much heart and effort and thought and prayer in this. Kudos to you for
Thank
thinking
you.
of us women, having us in mind and knowing that, you know, there's some women who will either have never experienced anything like that, or some that never will again. And that's a sad disparity. But you have some women who've never been loved on or treated like a queen. You know, the swag bags. I've been to some conferences where those swag bags been off the chain. You know, you come away with I came away with a cashmere red scarf one time. I mean, it was bad. And so, and when I'm hearing you talk about these swag bags, I said, oh, I know Sandra about to pump it up for these swag bags. And I'm not saying it's just all about the swag bags, but that it's going to be, based on what I'm hearing you say, Sandra, it's really going to be nice. It's like, guys, you know, if not anything else, go because you deserve it. Go because you deserve to be treated like the elegant, amazing queen that you are. And if nobody else is telling you you're a queen, nobody else is treating you like the queen you should expect to be treated like, do it for yourself.
And so Sandra, they'll be treated like a queen that weekend.
Yes, I would say Sandra has made it happen. You don't have to go through all the fuss and figure it out. She's already figured it out for you. I love it. So Sandra, let's talk a little bit about your books, because you have 2 books that you've written. And let's talk about those books briefly.
Okay. So I have, this is the journal, not the journal, this is the devotional, Be Still and Talk with God Daily. And then this is the journal.
The journal. Yeah. Okay. So they both go hand in hand.
Be Still Daily Prayer Journal.
Okay.
So, and this is a 30-day journal. Both of them, like you said, go hand in hand. This one is a devotional that's written for 30 days.
Okay.
So when I wrote it, I thought, well, I need something that people can relate to, that's easy to understand. You know, I like reading devotionals, and I have all kinds of devotionals. Some of them were just too long. It's like, I don't have time to read that many pages this morning. Some of them I would read and I go, wait, what they say? And then I have to go back and read it again. Right. So I wanted it to be simple enough to where you can read it and understand, and it can be impactful and something that you would enjoy reading. And I've had some of my friends say, girl, reading that book, it seemed like you just sitting right there talking to me. You know,
yes.
Because of the way, you know, I wrote it. And sometimes they'll say, oh, when I read XYZ, girl, that sounded just like you. That sounded just like something you will say. And I thought, well, you know, I wanted it to be like that. I wanted it to be simple, where you can understand it, but then it's still something that you can apply to your daily life. You know, just trying to get closer to God and enhance your walk with Him, and just something that would be easy to read each day, and you would look forward to reading it. I had one of my friends who just read the whole book at one time. I said, it's a daily devotion. She was like, oh, well, you know, it was so good. I just wanted to keep reading it. So she said, okay, now that I've read it all, I'll go back and go day by day. So
first of all, that's a good true friend.
And I said, well, you know what? It's your book. You can read it however you want.
However you want to do it. Right.
You want to do it.
But you know what? I'm glad you shared that, because that means it's a good, easy read. I'm one of those, I am down for a good, easy read book. I want just get to the point in this book, give me what I need to get, and I'm out of there. There's no need to read these long, you know, and that used to be the deal back in the day. You know, if you're an author, the longer the better. But because we've come to a time, Sandra, because people want, it's kind of like a microwave generation. We want it quick. We want to do it fast. You know, let me read this book quickly. You know, when you got it like that, sometimes it's hard to get people to read long books, and nobody really has the time or really wants to make the time. And
Yes.
so when you have an easy read like that, see, they can keep that book at the office, keep it in their desk, keep it by the nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
First thing in the morning, let me read my daily devotion for today, write a little bit in the journal, and keep it moving. So I'm
Yes.
glad that you've written something that can be easily relatable to people. And, you are that girl now. I'm just kind of picking it up now with the interview. A.G. Gaston he's had many sayings, but one of his sayings I think is probably one of my favorite ones, and I use it often. And find a need and fill it. So you obviously you read many devotionals, and what you shared with us before is it's like too long, can't figure it out. What are you talking about? And so instead of you just complaining about it, you decided to write your own.
Yeah, that's what God told me to do. He was like, "Well, why don't you write one?" I was like, "Oh, okay."
I love it.
And I procrastinated. It took me a while, but finally I have a finished product.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get it so I can have my daily reading as well. So I can pick up on, I guess whenever I get it, I'll pick up on that day. So I'm looking forward to that and journaling as well. So Sandra, kudos to you and what you're doing for this retreat. I'm so excited about it. A lot of people know you, but some of those who may not, if you could share a little bit about some of your accolades. I mean, I got a note from the executive producer of the show, and it was so many accolades that you have received along the course of time. And I was like, wow, I did not know that. So I guess we can talk about the picture on the flyer with the little pepper on it, the trophy that you have.
So that was a chili cook-off that we did at work.
Okay. So you won, right?
Yeah, I did.
Wow. Well, I thought it was so cute. I didn't know what it was for. I was like, I like it. My personality is a little quirky, so that's just my personality.
Yeah, because it had the red pepper on the top of the trophy. Yeah.
I love it. So now, did you get a humanitarian recognition too? I'm gonna look at my notes here a little bit.
Was it the Impact Award?
Yeah, you have, let's see, you were local lead for the Birmingham market at Guidehouse for the Black Inclusion Network.
Oh, yes. That's my employer is Guidehouse. I actually work physically at Medical West Hospital in Bessemer, but the revenue cycle area where I work was contracted out to Guidehouse. So Medical West is actually our client. And Guidehouse has several different affinity groups, and the Black Inclusion Network is one of them. So for the Birmingham market where we are at, we have an office in Avondale, and then we have an office on the south side of UAB as well, and the Medical West Hospital office, in Bessemer. So I'm the local office lead for the Black Inclusion Network. So just kind of keep us involved in things. We did a volunteer for the MLK Day at the Civil Rights Museum. And then for Black History Month, we did different types of activities and trivia, and had a luncheon where we dressed in our African American attire.
Okay.
And had the typical food with the fried chicken and greens.
Yes, I missed that.
Yeah. And so in Juneteenth, I did a networking event for Juneteenth and talked a lot about the history of Juneteenth and the significance of it. And we just had a good fellowship, a good time with the staff. So we just try to kind of keep us involved. At the end of last year, we had a networking event at Top Golf. And everyone who came had to bring an item that we donated to Jesse's Place. So we try to, keep the community involved as well. Okay. So so it's pretty neat. I enjoy doing it.
I love it. I love what you're doing with that, and it's so needed. It's very much needed because that's a buzz term. It's a buzzword that's going around right now. So I'm very glad that you're doing that. I also see where you had a proclamation from the city of Pleasant Grove.
I did. Yeah, that was exciting. Just for being an author and writing my books, I was able to get a proclamation signed by the mayor of Pleasant Grove, and they presented it to me at a city council meeting. No, I take that back. I went to a city council meeting after I got it to thank them and to actually give a set of the books to the mayor. But one of the city council members brought the proclamation to me at my house. So I
Nice.
thought that was just awesome to just be recognized
Mhm.
for doing something, that I love to do. So I was
Awesome.
excited about that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's big. That's real big.
Mhm.
Just congratulations. You are a woman on the move, and a woman that after God's own heart. Obviously, you can see it through what you're doing and how you're aggressively moving through.
Mhm.
As we close tonight, Sandra, I'm gonna pull you to the screen by yourself for a moment. What encouraging words could you leave for women of all ages, and especially as it relates to your retreat for tonight?
Okay. I would just like to say that you are important. So many of us just don't feel like we are important. We need to make ourselves a priority. You oftentimes just run, and do for everybody else, and you're putting yourself on the back burner. So, this retreat is an opportunity to put yourself first, to make yourself a priority, to know that you need to reclaim that time for yourself and just think about how God is going to meet you there. Like I mentioned before, I'm just excited to see what God is going to do for his girls on that weekend. I just know that it's going to be awesome and it will be a life-changing event. I'm going to do what I can do to treat you like a queen while you're there, and I know that God will add his super to my natural, and we're just going to have an awesome time. So just go ahead and click that link and sign up, and we will be so glad to have you there with us because you deserve it. You are number one. You are a number one priority, and it's your time. Thank you very much.
Yes, I love it. It's your time. It's your time. Time waits for no one. And a lot of
Exactly.
times, Sandra, we want to wait. Well, I'll just do it later. Well, no, let me just do this for them. I can get to myself later. No more, no more. That's garbage. No more of that.
Mm-hmm.
No more of that, ladies. It's your time. It's your time to shine. As Sandra said, it's your time to treat yourself the way you expect to be treated. It's your time. And I believe that you can get the kickoff to what you need at this retreat. Go to Sandra Richardson's page, follow her, check out some more information about the retreat. You can get all the information you need there. And we're also going to drop the link inside this live stream as well, so you can get firsthand on how to get over there and learn more about the retreat. Thank you so much, Minister Edith. If you're still listening, thank you for hanging out with us inside the Ladies Room here tonight. It's been a great show, Sandra. You did
Yes,
well
I
tonight.
appreciate the opportunity. It was fun.
You did a good job. I'm excited about it. Whatever we can do to share more information about the retreat, please let me know. And between Alice and I, we'll get some more information out there on our page to follow of our followings as well, so people can learn more about the retreat. My prayer for you is that you will get everything that you expect for this retreat to do for these women. You'll get the number that you're expecting, and that the women will walk away with everything that you're praying to God that they will receive. That is my prayer for you.
I received that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us inside the Ladies Room Talk Show. Have a great, wonderful, and safe week. And we'll see you back here next Monday. Good night.
Good night.
Step into the ladies' room with Clarissa.